Hello, am I audible? I request all the participants to change their Google name, the name of their Google account, to the event ID which is mentioned in the group, and then join again.
Good evening, sir. Sir, can we proceed now?
Yes.
1 minute, Saloni. There are still some participants whose username, that is the Google ID's name, is not appropriate. You only have to mention like CS01, CS02, CS04 like this. You are not supposed to mention your own name.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, and change your name and then join again. We will wait for just 2 to 3 more minutes, and then you can just CS03. You don't have to like write your name. Just CS03 is enough.
So, shall we start?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, sir. Good evening, respected dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students. We are here for yet another amazing event by Startup Club. I'm Saloni from 5th semester Computer Science Engineering. With this, I welcome our chief patrons, Sri Vijay Kumar Gupta sir, Chairman BIT Durg Trust, Sri IP Mishra sir, Secretary BIT Trust, our patrons, Dr. Arun Arora sir, Director BIT Durg. Dr. Mohan Gupta sir, Principal, Dr. Manisha Sharma ma'am, Vice Principal, our conveners for Startup Club, Dr. Shubhrata Nagpal madam, our advisor, Professor Pushpendra Singh sir, our program coordinator, Professor Shubham Dasore sir, Startup Club coordinator, Professor Rajkumar Singh sir, and our Startup Club faculty members, Professor Shubham Dasore sir, Professor Pushpendra Singh sir, Professor Vinita Gupta ma'am, Professor Alok Kumar sir. Startup Club aims to create the next generation of industry leaders and entrepreneurs by providing them with necessary guidance and a platform full of opportunities to make their startup dream come true. Startup Club brings a new event with an online case study competition. Special mention Professor Pushpendra Singh sir as our competition judge. He is an assistant professor with a demonstrate history of working in engineering education, currently working in the field of radiation therapy, serving as an editorial board member of many industrial international journals, along with 7 SCI and Scopus Journal published more than 70 papers in international journals, published two international books, and member of 7 professional bodies. Moving ahead, I will brief you with the rules and regulation of the events. All the participants have to keep these rules in mind while they're presenting their presentation. In this competition, participants have to present the case study in the form of a story using a presentation of any company. It can be Indian or international. For example, Netflix. Here is this competition. You can present these situations, the marketing strategies, progress reporters of various companies in Indian and international market based on your very own research. Participants have only 5 to 10 minutes to present their study. Participants have to present their own presentation in Google Meet. Participants will be called by their event ID, which is provided in this WhatsApp group. Participants have to turn on camera while presenting. So let's start with to this event. Our first participant is CS09. Sorry, it's a CS03. Where is those?
Hello, good evening. It's I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
May I share the slides?
Yes, yes, you have.
Good evening, everyone. I Niladri Ghosh here to present a case study on the company ITC, that is Indian Tobacco Company Limited. It is a company which is touching your life at every moment. This is a flow of case study. First, the intro of ITC, profile, vision and mission, ITC milestone, portfolio, obstacles, strategies, revenue, awards, analysis, and references. On the right hand side, you are visible that the ITC brands that are on the trend on the market. Now, the first introduction of ITC. ITC since being the most one of the private sector company, and the second is that is it is an FMGC, that is fast moving consumer goods, and it has its industries on hotels, paperboard, specialty papers, agribusiness, branded apparel, tobacco, personal care, and many more. Now, profile of ITC. Since it is a public type and it is a conglomerate company. If you don't know about conglomerate, I think I should introduce you that conglomerate is that type of company which has industry in different sectors. The founder of the ITC are Henry O. Wills and William Henry Wills. Founded on 24th August 1910, and its headquarters is Virginia House, Kolkata, West Bengal. And the present chairman of ITC is Sanjeev Puri, and with a revenue of 62,504 rupees crore. That is approximately US dollar 7.8 billion. This is the vision and mission of the ITC. Vision is to sustain ITC's position as one of the India's most valuable corporation through world-class performance, creating growing value for the Indian economy and the company's stakeholders. Mission to enhance the wealth-generating capability of the enterprise in a globalizing environment, delivering superior and sustainable stakeholder value. Now we are moving to the how the ITC's growth and what's the industry they established, how they become the conglomerate company. First, in 1910, ITC started with the tobacco business, and on 1975, it's entered the entry into the hotel industry. Its first hotel is My Fortune, and these hotels are divided into four. That is Heritage Hotel, Welcome Hotels, and many more, and other two hotels are there. In 1979, they have started with a paperboard manufacturing named Challam Paperboards Limited, that is established in South India. Then in 1990, its ITC entered into e-chopper. It's an agribusiness industry which helped the rural farmers to get their um, well revenue of their crops. In 2002, they entered into the fashion industry by launching Wells. That is some brand apparel company. In 2023, the Classmate. It's a stationery industry, and everyone knows about the Classmate. Now, in 2005, Engage. That's a body spray they entered. In 2015, ITC acquired the Savlon company, who is the competitor of the Dettol. In 2017, ITC launched their vegetable stores in the name of Farmline Potatoes, and and I may I may uh, introduce information. In 2003, they also have established an industry in agarbattis, that is Mangaldeep, and after that only 2000 till 2004 they developed their applications on by which they um, order, or it's a e-commerce website for the ITC brand. Since it is the structure in where are the ITC entered. I have firstly introduced that cigarettes, incense stick, personal care, safety matches, industry, rural industries, information technology, paperboards, packaged food, stationery, branded apparel, they entered. And and now we are coming to the obstacles for ITC. Since every company when opened, they faced some difficulties that ITC faced during its growth time. First, distribution channel. Since ITC, we all know ITC is the Indian Tobacco Company, but in 1910 it established as a Imperial Tobacco Company, and in 1970 it converted into Indian Tobacco Company. Now, if come to the distribution channel, the ITC is the Indian Tobacco Company. So we assume that ITC is only manufacturing the tobacco products, but can the ITC is not able to sell or distribute the non-tobacco product as we have seen in earlier slides. Now, influence retailer. Now, when customer goes to the any shop, they ask about लाल वाला साबुन देना या otherwise एक नहाने का साबुन देना. So the retailer or the shopkeeper give that product to the customer, in which they receive the higher margin. And since ITC is tobacco company, and due to lack of awareness, they don't know how the ITC are spreading in the current situation also. Now, competition. We all know the ITC's major competition with HUL, that is Hindustan Unilever Limited, P&G, that is Procter Gamble Hygiene, Godrej, Tower India. Since this, when ITC is established and come into the role and in the food FMGC, declared as the FMGC, the HUL, Godrej, Dawa, P&G are well-established company in the market, as well as the Parle and Britannia as mentioned in the slide. Now, third, positioning. Since ITC is the major drawback is the name, because Indian Tobacco Company, everyone has thought about its manufacturing tobacco and cigarettes. Now, awareness. Customer go for competitor brands. In rural market, the people are not much aware about the FMGC brand of ITC. So they go to the normal competitor brands like Parle, Britannia, PepsiCo, and many more. Now, to avoid these obstacles, how the company grow by a 4A strategies, that is acceptability, awareness, affordability, and accessibility. Now, first we come to the acceptability. Now, there are some activities that is initiated by the ITC chairman, like scholarship program for the poor students, and they take initiative as a Badawa, which gives them free education to the poor students in the rural areas. They organize rural small health checkup camp in the rural area for the ethical image, because on that time ethical image is not that good of ITC. And ITC also launches separate scholarship programs for girls. Now we are going to the another, that is accessibility. We all know when in the 2000 at the early 21st century, there are so many news, or the news is going on the market that the farmers are dying or suicide because they are not getting the proper price of their crop. And ITC collaborated with the government of India and introduced e-chopal into 2000. It gives the rural market with a company to the computer, in which they can see what the price of particular crop is going on the market, as well as the sabji mandi, which is known as the place where many types of vegetables are sell on the basis of a bulk. Rural India road connectivity is not good. This is the most important. So the ITC start distributing the product in deep rural area also. They constantly visible in the rural area, so they can improve their ethical image, and they give the extra margin to the shopkeeper. Now, awareness. How the company make the awareness among the people about creating their ethical image by promoting the local hearts and melas is frequently by villagers. So they do some promotions and give some offers to the people. They organize Nukkar Natak, which is mostly famous in Bhilai near the CC. Everyone knows about that. Now, another affordability. Since ITC products are most costlier than the competitors like HUL and many more. These products are not available in small variants, that is SKUs. What is some of are you asking what is SKU? And think I have to introduce that the SKUs are the small sachet of shampoo. If the company is selling the big bottle, instead of that 5 rupees shampoo, this is the SKU. So ITC also entered by doing the SKU by personal care products, by introducing small pack and sachets, and AIM and home light matchstick must introduce to every rural area. As they also introduced the 5 rupees packet of Mom's Magic Biscuit, and they introduced Mangaldeep Agabattis, which is most famous. This is the
Okay. Uh, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you just have 1 minute to conclude. Okay, all the participants have to keep in mind that you have to conclude your presentation within 10 minutes.
sure, ma'am.
Okay, now you can go on. Yeah.
So, so we are saying the how the company earned the revenue from the different sector, from paperboard industry, hotels, agriculture business, FMGCs, excluding cigarettes. From cigarettes, they earned the most revenue in billion rupees. That is unimaginable for us. Awards. These are the awards like Paperboards and Specialty Paper Business win the prestigious Pulp and Paper International Award by Fast Markets RISI, first prize at National Water Awards 2022 in the Best Industry for CSR activities, and many more. Many more. And I have not mentioned every awards here, so it took so long. So we are moving to the analysis. How come sales takes from the largest retailers? They focus on that, and they deeply penetrate the Indian cigarette market by introducing the gold flake in the market. And second is that everyone knows about the branded atta Ashirvad, and they achieve a return on capital employed ROCE in excess of the company's cost of capital at all times. This is are the references. I have taken the itcporter.com, academia.edu, Imperial Journal of Modern Management and Entrepreneurship, JMME, report by AC Nielsen India, and report by Dabur India. Since Dabur India is the one of the competitor of the ITC. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Pushpen sir, you want to ask questions?
No, no, it's good. No questions.
Okay, sir. So next one is CS04.
Hello everyone, I'll just share my screen. First of all, a very good afternoon to each and everyone present over here, respected sir. So today we are going to talk about business case study and report, which is presented by me, Vinayak Rawat. So talking about the agenda, today we are going to talk about BSNL. Currently, the company CEO is Praveen Kumar Purwar, and this would be the timeline. How will we go through? So yes, BSNL. So we are going to talk about how was BSNL killed strategically by the powerful people of India. There is a question mark there. So we are going to talk about the facts, which is actually behind it, or is it really the truth? So the next thing is we are going to talk. We have actually divided this whole case study into 4 different parts: 2000 to 2007, 7 to 10, 10 to 16, and 16 to the present era. Now talking about the golden time of BSNL. One of the most important time for BSNL because they captured more than 17% of the Indian market. The Dhyandri Maran was the telecom minister during that time. Now the important thing to know is it is a very important name here. We are going to discuss about it further. Also, almost zero to no competition in the government tenders. BSNL solely ruled this era by grabbing 93% of the telecom related tenders. ये बिल्कुल ऐसा था इस टाइम पर कोई भी टेलीकॉम रिलेटेड टेंडर आता था BSNL वाज द वन जिसके अगेंस्ट में रेस में कोई होता ही नहीं था. Huawei, which was a Chinese company who was trying to enter into the telecom Indian market in 2005, वो BSNL की वजह से enter नहीं कर पा रहा था. That was due to government support, but government was not directly involved with BSNL fixtures. Now what is this Maran scam? So जो मरन जी थे वो हम लोग के टेलीकॉम मिनिस्ट्री के हेड थे, लाइक द मिनिस्टर फॉर 2004 to 2007, and in his private residence he actually ordered for 733 private BSNL connections. So during that time 4G वाला scene नहीं था, it was all 2G, and less speed compared to that. He ordered 753 private lines to his home to help his brother out to actually carry out transactions for Sunlight TV. एक टीवी अभी एक चैनल अभी आता है सनलाइट करके, उन्हीं के जो ओनर थे, जो उनके भाई थे. The connections were actually set up because to do for like international exchange of money and other things. और इस 753 lines का कोई भी mention नहीं था, like in the BSNL record books or the government record books. And this was the time BSNL का downfall धीरे धीरे start हुआ, although it directly didn't affected the company, but एक heavy impact हुआ the company. Now talking about एक बहुत बुरा phase for BSNL, the 2G scam starts. ये एक 2G एक ऐसा स्कैम है, आई गेस अगर सबको नहीं पता हो तो एक बेसिक लैंग्वेज में समझा सकूं. जो नेट की लीजनिंग होती है, टेंडर रिलीज होता है, वो हर कंपनी को अलाउ किया जाता है कि आप अपना अमाउंट पुट कीजिए गवर्नमेंट के सामने कि हु वुड बी द बेस्ट कैंडिडेट टू एक्चुअली ऑफर दिस टेंडर. सो ये जो 2G स्कैम था, दिस वाज डन अंडर इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ ए राजा. सो मरन इंसिडेंट के बाद उनको पर्टिकुलरली टेलीकॉम मिनिस्ट्री से हटा दिया गया था, एंड ए राजा हु एक्चुअली बिहार was actually selected as the next telecom minister, and he was accused for the loss of in Indian rupees 1760 billion. So the 2G scam क्या था? 2G scam में ये था, कुछ पर्टिकुलर कंपनीज के लिए जो टेंडर अमाउंट्स रिलीज किए जा रहे थे, वो एक पर्टिकुलर कंपनी को फेवर किया गया था, और इनका वर्थ मोर देन 1800 बिलियन रुपीस था, जो गवर्नमेंट की रिकॉर्ड बुक्स में अवेलेबल ही नहीं था. और 2G is one of the biggest Indian internet scams which actually happened during the time of 2007. तो इसका BSNL से क्या रिलेशन? जब ये 2G scam हुआ during in the ministry of A Raja, the CBI and the government actually started looking into the books of BSNL and other private telecom partners. So जब ये हुआ, they were able to find a lot of irregularities in the BSNL tenders, क्योंकि उन्होंने जितने भी tenders grab किए थे during the part of 2001 to 2007, BSNL was you can't even believe that BSNL was a profitable company of more than 10,632 crore rupees in profit. This is the data of August 207. Can you believe that the company, which is currently at a loss of 7,630 crores at the present time, was once at a profit of more than 10,000 crores? Also, during the time of just after the 2G scam was solved by the government, BSNL, to actually revive BSNL, a 93 million GSM lines contract was actually allocated to BSNL. अभी GSM lines का contract क्या था? The GSM lines contract actually was the motive of the government to actually connect the local areas to the city areas. और ये जो था आज तक की वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा टेलीकॉम प्रोजेक्ट था during that time in the 2000, and the BSNL was actually failed to execute that. Again, same tender irregularities and failed to execution problem. Now the actual downfall for BSNL started. New players in the market. 2011, Airtel Idea came up with the 3G network, and at that time BSNL was not even allocated with the 3G capabilities. No upgradation. BSNL के पास अभी भी सर्किट स्विचिंग का मेथड यूज होता था. नाउ सर्किट स्विचिंग यहाँ पे क्या है? फॉर एग्जांपल मोटोरोला का फोन आते थे पहले, मोटोरोला या डोकोमो के फोन्स आते थे. सो अगर मैं अपने किसी फ्रेंड को फोन लगा रहा हूँ दिल्ली में, तो हाउ इट वर्क, मैंने फोन लगाया, मेरे पास के जो सेलकॉम टावर होगा वो वहां से कनेक्ट करेगा. द सेलकॉम टावर विल नाउ कनेक्ट टू द लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क. सो लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क नाउ वुड सर्च कि जिसको फोन किया उसके पास का लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क क्या होगा, एंड देन वो उसके सेलफोन से टावर करके उसको कनेक्ट करेगा. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है, एक बहुत बड़ा रियल एस्टेट का एरिया कवर हो रहा है, क्योंकि आप एक टावर सेटअप कर रहे हैं, आप एक ऑफिस सेटअप कर रहे हैं. फॉर अ कनेक्शन यू नीड टू सेट अप मल्टीपल ऑफिसेस, अ लार्ज एरिया एंड अ ह्यूज कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट. And again, I said, after the 2G scam and the failed execution of the GSM lines, CBI actually started strict monitoring over BSNL. So CBI took extra care with the tenders. After that, during the period of 2010 to 2016, BSNL was only able to capitalize up only 4 tenders, and that all 4 was actually offered by government to actually re-energize the company. Now, the Geo era. 2016 was a period for India where Geo came into the place with a concept of packet switching. Now, packet switching क्या है? Currently, जब BSNL या फिर बाकी operators काम कर रहे थे, they work on the circuit switching part. Circuit switching was something जिसके लिए आपको डाटा के लिए एक अलग नेटवर्क बनाना पड़ता था, And for calls and other thing, वो अलग नेटवर्क बनाना पड़ता था. अगर आपको अर्ली फेसेस में याद हो तो जियो ने जब लोगों को कनेक्ट किया था थ्रू टेलीकॉम सर्विसेज, दे यूज्ड इंटरनेट फॉर कॉलिंग टू. सो उन्होंने जो डाटा और सिम के लिए अलग अलग सर्विसेज यूज होती थी उसको मिला दिया. So what happened is they actually reduced more than 50% of the cost. The another reason for BSNL failure during this period is that heavy decrease in the landline users. So I guess पुष्पेंद्र सर मेरे से रिलेट कर पाएंगे. हमारे पुराने घरों में लैंडलाइन का यूज बहुत ज्यादा होता था. एंड कंपैरेटिवली अभी जब सबके पास अपने फोन्स आ गए, लैंडलाइन का यूज बहुत ज्यादा डिक्रीज हो गया. एंड बीएसएनएल का 61% ड्यूरिंग द अर्लियर टाइम जो बिजनेस था वो डेट वाज फ्रॉम लैंडलाइन. लोग एक दूसरे को लैंडलाइन कॉल्स करते थे, पीसीओस होते थे, लोकल एसटीडीज होते थे टू कनेक्ट विद ईच अदर. बट वंस जियो वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड, लैंडलाइन का यूज ड्रास्टिकली गिरा. इवन इन द ईयर ऑफ 2022 we only have a concurrent of 14 million users, but only 7 million active users in the cases of landline. And I know वो BSNL के users है, but BSNL is facing heavy losses in that character. So the BSNL got the 4G license in 2019. मतलब can you believe that Jio introduced the 4G sector in 2016, like comparing it with Airtel who introduced in 2017 almost similar plans, but BSNL got the 4G license into like surrender their SIMs, BSNL SIMs, because they were saying that why we should use a BSNL network, although they were actually charging a bit less amount, but the connection services were pretty less compared to Jio and Airtel. Now talking about the industry analysis, as I talked, during the year of 2007, 8 and 9, the Maran scam and the 2G scam actually pushed BSNL a lot back, BSNL, and after that year, after the year 2010, the BSNL is not able to convert a single year which they can actually put up as a positive year. Currently talking about they're in a depth of 7,634 crore, which is actually a data which is given by Economics Times in the previous month report. Now talking about what were the proposed solutions I can give or was given by the government during the time BSNL was actually facing these losses. So to the cover losses, and a major upgradation in tech was required. As I said, BSNL was strict to circuit switching, and here circuit switching must be replaced by packet switching because a huge area, huge real estate area was actually covered up, and BSNL need to restrict that. After that, the number of the people in the company. I guess you might all be aware about it, like the VRS scheme, voluntary retirement service. Like if you're in the age gap of 55 to 60 years, you can actually retire before, and you can get some compensation from the government. This was done actually to actually.
You have only 1 minute left.
Okay, just a minute left. Okay, VRS scheme, like 50 से 55 वाले areas में लोग खत्म कर सके. Tender issues were there, like open biddings उसके लिए होने लगी, and for the competitive space, proper government regulation शुरू होने लगा ताकि एयरटेल और जियो मिलके आगे ना निकल जाए, ताकि जो लोग अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे जियो एयरटेल को एक टाइम के बाद, पर लोकल लोगों के लिए बीएसएनएल रहे. Now the most important thing, BSNL को कंटिन्यू क्यों करना चाहिए? In spite of their losses, employability 86,000 हाउसहोल्ड्स को वो कवर करते हैं. रेगुलेशन, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा हो सकता है एयरटेल और जियो मिल जाएंगे और फिर वो लोग हाई कर देंगे प्राइसेस, पर जो लोग वो हाई प्राइसेस को अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे उनके लिए क्या होगा? उसके लिए बीएसएनएल को रहना ही पड़ेगा एट अ लोअर प्राइस. डिजास्टर सिचुएशन, एवरीबॉडी नोस 2013 उत्तराखंड फ्लड्स, तब जियो एयरटेल कोई नहीं आया, तब जियो था भी नहीं, एयरटेल आगे नहीं आया था, बट ओनली बीएसएनएल पुट अप 272 मोबाइल नेटवर्क्स विद द कनेक्टिविटी एंड टू कीप द कनेक्टिविटी बिटवीन लोकल एरियाज एंड टाउन्स. References, these were some references which I actually used from the internet, Think School YT, Business Standard, the Economics Times, and Scroll India. And that will be all. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be open to questions, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So you want to ask question?
Yeah, one question I want to ask to you, Vinayak.
Yes,
You
sir.
mentioned in your presentation about the Motorola phones. Can you tell me the difference in between the GSM, CDMA, and WLL phones?
Sir, I cannot actually like differentiate between these things, but when I was actually studying about the GSM lines, the GSM lines was actually proposed by government because they wanted to connect those landline areas for the local network to the city network. For example, when I talk about the PCOs and STDs, जो rural areas में उस time available नहीं थे, government was actually trying to reduce that gap so that towns or cities or rural areas की connectivities बनी रहे. And I guess जो CDMA network आया था after the GSM thing, which was actually to improve the services between the data and the voice call connectivity.
Voice for connectivity. Actually, the CDMA phones use the PN codes
Okay.
so that there is less chances for the interference or the voice overlapping. Okay,
Okay.
nice presentation, Vinayak.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And sir, see you.
So our next participant, CS05.
Yeah, please allow me to share my presentation. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Respected sir, my name is Mohammad Danish. I am currently in fifth semester, pursuing BTech in Civil Engineering from Bhila Institute of Technology, Durg. My topic for the presentation is case study on the company BlackRock. As you can see on the first slide, that the BlackRock, it is mentioned that this is the company that owns the world. I will later explain why it owns the world. And BlackRock is founded by Lawrence D. Fink, who is currently the founder, chairman, and CEO of BlackRock Incorporations. Coming to the next slide. Now we will look after the overview of our presentation. Firstly, we will uh, see how the BlackRock works in the introduction of the BlackRock company. Then we will see. Then we will discuss about the software developed by the BlackRock called Aladdin, and then we will see about how BlackRock contributes in saving the world. When we think about the companies that run the world, then we must have thought about the companies like Google, Microsoft, etc. But this is not the case. The truth is far, far better from that. The company that runs the world is BlackRock. The biggest asset management firm in the world is BlackRock, and it manages about $9.5 trillion as of today, which is currently 3 to 4 times of India's total GDP. And BlackRock is the biggest shareholder in companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google. In Apple, it's 4%, and in Amazon and Google, it's 4.3%. BlackRock has developed a software platform called Aladdin to perform risk analysis for its clients. And also, BlackRock solutions help a lot of banks, pension funds, and governments worldwide through risk management and division. This provides BlackRock access to $20 trillion US dollars. Now, also, I'm really sorry for that. Yeah. Also, BlackRock has shares and voting rights in many of the biggest European countries as well as Indian countries like HPCL and also like Bharat Petroleum and Tata Motors. It has great shares in Tata Motors. The company holds public debt in the form of bonds and has real estate interests. Aside from being an investor, BlackRock is also an auditor and an advisor. Here it is mentioned that BlackRock sits on both sides of the table. Let me explain how it works like that. Though BlackRock gives advice and gives advices to the banks which are bankrupt, it also in return it gets shares of those banks, and in this way BlackRock sits on both sides of the table by helping the bank and taking in return the shares of the company. Now we will discuss about how BlackRock saves the world. When financial crisis happened in 2008 and 2020, that time US government took help of BlackRock to tackle the crisis, which makes BlackRock the most powerful country of the world. And also in January 2018, BlackRock's founder and chairman Lawrence D. Fink sent a letter to all the respective CEOs of the companies BlackRock has invested in, asking them to do more than delivering financial performance and make a positive contribution to the society. So BlackRock not only owns the world, it also wants to save it. With this, I would like to thanks to everyone for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed and learned a few better and new things about the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So you want to ask question?
Yeah, one. I want to ask one question that can you tell me what is the turnover of the BlackRock? Yearly
The
turnover?
turnover, Yes, sir. The turnover of the BlackRock company is $5.4 billion, according
5.4.
to current Google's research.
Okay. Whether it is Fortune 500 company listed in Fortune 500?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next participant, CS06.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Just a second, I am presenting my presentation. Is it visible to everyone? Hello.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Today I am going to talk about Reckitt Benckiser. So, a lot of you might have not heard about this brand, but you might have heard about the brands like Dettol and Harpic and Mortein. These all are associate brands of Reckitt Benckiser. So today's agenda will be like introduction of the presentation, second the brand vision, then the timeline of the company, then about company, the growth strategy and market strategy it used, and then the summary. So moving on to introduction, we'll see how Reckitt Benckiser grew, what all market strategies it used over time to become such a huge brand. Now, Reckitt Benckiser is about passionately providing care to customers wherever they may be for the ultimate purpose of creating shareholder value. Now, what this means is that कि हम जब कभी भी कोई भी प्रोडक्ट यूज करते हैं या फिर उनके जो सब ब्रांड्स है वो हमेशा हमको एक बेटर सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करेंगे, चाहे वो हेल्थ केयर हो, चाहे वो न्यूट्रिशन हो, चाहे वो हाइजीन हो. नाउ जो अब 1840 में Reckitt and Sons was founded in Hull, UK. जैसे जैसे टाइम बढ़ता गया ये कंपनी ग्रो होते गई और ओवर टाइम 1938 में जे कोलमैन जो कि एक बहुत अच्छे केमिस्ट है और इनका बिजनेस था रिलेटेड टू केमिस्ट्री. So Reckitt and Sons and J. Coleman became one to Reckitt and Coleman. Now moving on further, they developed certain brands like Dettol and some other hygiene brands. And till the period on 19 merged to become Reckitt Benckiser, the demise of Mr. Benckiser in 1999. Now, as the brand slowly grew, in 2010, one of its most you can say one of its biggest acquisition was of Durg by SSL. And in 2019, RB acquires Upsprings on innovative pre and postnatal health company, which is a health company, that deals with situations like COVID-19 and other calamitical situations. Now, the company's assets are people and culture, brand. Now, by people and culture, the company promotes an ownership culture in itself. Now, what I mean by is like, अगर हम लोग कोई एक नई देन उस कंपनी के एम्प्लॉय नहीं है बल्कि वो कंपनी के ओनर भी हैं, जिससे कि उनकी जो वर्क एफिशिएंसी है वो हाई हो जाती है और प्रोडक्टिविटी भी हाई हो जाती है. अब ये जो कंपनी है इनके काफी सारे सब ब्रांड्स हैं. एक ऐसा कि अपने सब ब्रांड्स को भी मैनेज करती साथ में. इनका जो कंपनी का मोटो है जो स्किल और नॉलेज से रिलेटेड है वो है कि ओवर टाइम जैसे जैसे कंपनी ग्रो होते जाती है टाइम के हिसाब से ये कंपनी नए नए स्किल्स और नए नए नॉलेज नए माइंडसेट को अडॉप्ट करते जाती है. बहुत सारे डिफरेंट पार्टनरशिप्स है इस कंपनी के दूसरे फर्म्स के साथ इनका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा है और ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इनके जो फाइनेंस इंक्रीज होते गई है. नाउ द बेसिक डोमेन ऑफ कंपनी इज हाइजीन, हेल्थ एंड न्यूट्रिशन. अब आप सबको तो आप सबने सुना होगा कि डेटॉल और सैवलॉन का एक केस हुआ कि वो डेटॉल से ज्यादा अच्छा है और जब भी आप उसको वूंड बैड ओडोर भी नहीं करता था. लेकिन लेकिन धीरे बहुत बुरी तरीके से हार गया. नाउ अब इसके जो रीजंस है वो है डिफरेंस ऑफ मार्केटिंग. हमारा प्रोडक्ट है तो डेटॉल लगाने पे जलता है, लेकिन जब आप वो भी
I think there is an network issue.
Saloni, you may call to other one. CS07.
Okay. The next participant, CS07, please.
Is I audible?
Yes, you are.
Let me share my screen first. Mm,
hello, am I audible? Hello.
Okay, so let me start. Good evening, respected teachers, judges, and one and all who are present here. I had done case study on Nike's marketing strategy. Well, we all know about Nike's product, but what makes it so different is the main important thing that we have to look on. Then for what is Nike? Nike is basically an American and multinational corporation that is basically engaging with the designing and developing better quality shoes or footwear. So it is the largest supplier of athlete shoes and major supplier of sports equipments. Now for evolutions of Nike, it is started in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports by Phil Knight, but he is also a runner himself. So So he make a team of like-minded runners himself and made a team formed Nike in 1971. Since from the beginning, Nike always believe in innovation, from making normal running shoes to making Jordans and to making Vaporfly shoes. Comfortability of the shoes increases by the time. Nike never compromises with their qualities.
Bhupesh, your slide is not changing, no? You are remain in the first slide only. Make it full screen first.
So what is Nike? Nike is a basically American multinational corporation that is engaged in designing and developing manufacturing, worldwide marketing, and sales of footwear. It is basically the largest supplier of sports equipment and shoes. Since from the beginning, Nike always focused and believed in innovations. So from making normal running shoes to making Jordans to making Vaporfly shoes, normal comfortability of the shoes increases by the time. Nike never compromises with their quality. That's all lead to growth of this company. Here are some comparisons with other brands resto. सो हियर वी कैन सी दैट कि हम लोग नाइकी के जो फॉलोअर्स हैं वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा हैं एज कम्पेयर टू एडिडास रिबॉक एंड प्यूमा एंड हियर आर सम कंपैरिजन विद अदर ब्रांड्स ऑन सोशल मीडिया सो इतने ज़्यादा फॉलोअर्स होने के कुछ रीजंस हो सकते हैं जिसके कारण वो मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज ये फॉलो कर रही हैं इसके कारण इतने ज़्यादा उसके फॉलोअर्स हैं तो 3 टाइप की मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज फॉलो करती हैं digital marketing strategies, relationship marketing strategies, and athlete endorsements में भी काम किया गया है. So Nike in digital marketing strategies, Nike uses technology of digital emotions of the people. If the of the people, companies may have same data, same resources, but how a particular company uses it makes it so different from the rest others. Yes. So Nike play with emotions of the peoples. This transforms normal digital marketing to sentimental marketing, which basically Nike do. Nike puts their customer. Now second comes on relationship marketing. So relationship marketing, Nike puts their customer first. Nike always focus on making relations with the people and provide a smoother experience to their customers, and uh, they have created a pleasurable shopping experience as always. Now coming to athlete endorsement, Nike has tie up with the best athletes available in the fields of their particular fields. Uh, so So Nike has always sponsored the top athletes of their respective fields. This gives a reach over athletes, huge fans and followers base. So हर किसी फील्ड में बहुत ही अच्छे अच्छे जो प्लेयर्स होते हैं उन सब के बहुत सारे फैन फॉलोइंग हो जाते हैं तो क्रेजी फैंस जो होते हैं वो सब उनके प्रोडक्ट्स को एक्वायर करना चाहते हैं खरीदना चाहते होते हैं तो ऐसे ही हमारे पास जब माइकल जॉर्डन जो बास्केटबॉल प्लेयर हैं वो जब खेले थे so the Air Jordan shows were so good that the NBA banned them. And even after being threatened with fines, Michael Jordan wore shows and played as no one has ever played before. ये खुद ही ओनर नाइकी के खुद ओनर ने कहा था अपने जब कस्टमर्स से बात कर रहे थे now basically the result of this company growth is very well. Nike has always sponsored all these things, making good quality products and to deploy in the market with good marketing strategies, Nike remains on the top of the shoe category or in sports categories, basically. So all this growth had happened. So thank you. This is all from my side.
Thank you so much. Sir, you want to ask question?
Can you tell me where is the head office of the Nike?
So Nike's head office uh, in Americas.
No, in India. In India, where is the head office of Nike?
So head office of Nike is in Hyderabad and Delhi.
Hyderabad and Delhi. Did you heard about the Bangalore?
But actually, I have not confirmed. I have not confirmed.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next participant, please begin.
Hello, am I clearly audible?
Yes, you are.
And is my screen visible to you? Is it now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and is it me? Can you
Yes,
see
start your
the
presentation.
changes in pages? Yes. So, क्या आप भी उन लोगों में से हैं जिन्हें खाना देखते ही भूख लगने लगती है और वो सीधे अपना फोन उठाकर ऑर्डर करने चले जाते हैं फोन में? डोंट वरी, मैं भी उसी टाइप का हूँ, मुझे भी भूख लगने लगती है. So, good evening everyone. Myself Ayush Tande, and today I'm going to present a case study on one such company called Zomato. So, founded in 2008 by Dipinder Goyal and Pankaj Chadda, Zomato is a multinational restaurant aggregator and food delivery company which provides information, menus, and user reviews of a restaurant and about its food. So let us see how did it expand. So moving ahead, we have Zomato सबसे पहली बार मार्केट में आया था फूडी बे के नाम से. फिर उनके फाउंडर ने ये सोचा कि हम सिर्फ फूड तक स्टिक करने वाले हैं, जिसके कारण उन्होंने 2010 में अपना नाम बदलकर जोमेटो रख दिया. इससे उनका एक फायदा ये हुआ कि उन्होंने ईबे के साथ जो कंट्रोवर्सी हो सकती थी उनकी नेमिंग को लेके, विच इज फूडी बे, फूड ईबे, सो उसको भी काउंटरएक्ट कर दिया. उन्होंने इंडिया में अपना एक्सपेंशन 2011 में किया विथ दिल्ली, एनसीआर, मुंबई, बैंगलोर, चेन्नई, पुणे, अहमदाबाद, हैदराबाद. और 2012 में उन्होंने इंटरनेशनली सेवरल कंट्रीज में अपना एक्सपेंशन किया. सो मूविंग ऑन, क्या आपको पता है कि उनका बिजनेस क्या था? मतलब फर्स्ट बिजनेस तो यही था कि फूड रिव्यूज एंड रेस्टोरेंट के रिव्यूज प्रोवाइड करना. बट 2011 में .XXX डोमेन्स जब इंट्रोड्यूस हुए नेट में, तो जोमेटो ने अपनी खुद की एक पॉर्न साइट लॉन्च की जिसमें वो प्रेजेंट करते थे फूड पॉर्न, जिसमें वो फूड के पिक्चर्स दिखाकर अपने यूजर्स को अराउज करते थे उनका ऐप यूज करने के लिए और फूड ऑर्डर करने के लिए. इनफैक्ट उन्होंने 2012 में इस चीज का प्रिंट वर्जन लॉन्च किया विच इज जोमेटो रेस्टोरेंट गाइड, और which was inspired by Playboy Dub magazines. So moving ahead, in 2015, Zomato acquired a Seattle-based restaurant discovery portal called Urban Spoon, and jumped into direct competition with Foursquare and Yelp. Later in 2015 only, it started a cashless delivery system in Dubai and named it Zomato Cashless. So let's see its expansion in India. In India, it started its delivery with small companies like Delivery and Grab Food. In 2015, Zomato acquired a cloud-based point company, MapleGraph, and launched its first Android app, that is the Zomato app which we use. And in 2015 only, Zomato acquired the American online table reservation platform. And that's how Zomato came into existence with its own app and its website. So moving ahead, we have in India, Zomato expanded through aggregating small restaurants under their name and giving them their recognition which they deserve. They also introduced paid membership called Zomato Gold, and which provided users with different offers and discounts on the food. They had WOTU and rebranded it as their own storage facility. That is the food storage location where they kept fresh veggies and delivered it to restaurants. And then finally, 2018, Zomato became a unicorn. Not only it became unicorn, but it became India's first unicorn. So moving ahead, what are their marketing strategies? How is Zomato so popular in so less time? So Zomato की मार्केटिंग टैक्टिक्स बहुत ही एडवांस और बहुत ही क्लेवर थी. सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स लाइक यूट्यूब, इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर को अपना हेडक्वार्टर बनाया एडवर्टाइजमेंट के लिए. उन्होंने सबसे पहले अपनाया एडिक्शन टैक्टिक, यानी कि यूजर्स को अपने ऐप्स एडिक्ट कराने का और फिर उनसे मतलब ऑर्डर कराने का. इसके लिए उन्होंने फॉलोइंग स्टेप्स को फॉलो किए. जोमेटो ने अपने यूजर के फर्स्ट ऑर्डर में 50% डिस्काउंट प्रोवाइड किया, जिससे यूजर्स को लगे कि हाँ कि जोमेटो सस्ता खाना प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, वो भी गुड क्वालिटी. उन्होंने फर्स्ट के 4 to 5 ऑर्डर्स में सेवरल हैबिट को एंड उन्होंने हर फेस्टिव सीजन स्पेशल डिशेस अपने मेन्यू में डालकर यूजर्स के सामने प्रेजेंट किया. यूजर्स को अभी भी वो प्रोमो कोड्स एंड डिस्काउंट कूपन्स ऑफर करते हैं, जिससे यूजर लो कॉस्ट में एडिबल फूड और ऐसे क्वालिटी फूड एंजॉय कर सकते हैं, कंफर्ट फूड एंजॉय कर सकते हैं. सिर्फ यही नहीं, जोमेटो ने कुछ ही समय पहले लाइव फूड ट्रैकिंग का ऑप्शन एनेबल किया अपने ऐप्स में, जिससे यूजर्स कभी भी अपना फूड ट्रैक कर सकते हैं कि वो कहाँ पर हैं. एंड also they deliver the foods with affordable rates. and उनका सबसे बड़ा बिकने का कारण उनका attractive UI था, which was comfortable to use. So moving on, they started marketing their company by food porn. They engage themselves into food porn. So आपने YouTube में वो एड्स तो देखे होंगे, आप कभी वीडियो देखते हो और आपके सामने अचानक से वो बिरयानी का एड आता होगा जिसमें वो बोलते होंगे ऑर्डर ऑनलाइन ऑन जोमेटो. सो उन्होंने बीच में ऐसे एड्स डालना स्टार्ट किया. सिर्फ यही नहीं, उन्होंने अपना जोमेटो की साइट्स में भी डिलीशियस फूड्स का प्रेजेंटेशन करना स्टार्ट किया एंड वेरियस सोशल मीडिया साइट्स में भी वो फूड के पिक्चर्स डालते थे, जिससे लोग अराउज हो जाएं फूड को ऑर्डर करने के लिए और उनका जोमेटो का ऐप यूज करें. सो मूविंग ऑन, सोशल मीडिया एंड इंस्टाग्राम एंड ट्विटर. उन्होंने इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर को अपना बेसिक हेडक्वार्टर बनाया अपने प्रमोशन के लिए, और वो वहां रियल लाइफ कैची सिचुएशंस को हैंडल करके यूजर्स को अट्रैक्ट करते थे. फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे कि अभी इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान का मैच हुआ. सो पाकिस्तान इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट टीम ने एक ट्वीट किया कि पाकिस्तान स्क्वाड अराइव्ड इन दुबई. जिसका जोमेटो ने रिप्लाई किया कि आज रात के क्या प्लान है, हैशटैग बर्गर पिज़्ज़े. एंड ऑन इंडिपेंडेंस डे इट मतलब उन्होंने खुद का एक टेम्पलेट बनाया, ब्रिटिश इंडिया परमानेंटली क्लोज्ड करके. सिर्फ यही नहीं, उन्होंने यूजर्स का दिल जीता फीड स्ट्रे एनिमल्स का ये लोगो बनाकर, और ये बताया कि यूजर्स को कि सिर्फ आप इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, इनफैक्ट स्ट्रे एनिमल्स को भी भूख लगती है एंड उनका भी पेट भरना जरूरी है. और इसने पूरे मतलब इंडिया का दिल जीता, ऐसे इनके कमेंट्स ने. वी हैव नेक्स्ट स्ट्रेटेजी एज कास्टिंग मूवी एक्टर्स इन देयर एड्स. सो उन्होंने मूवी एक्टर्स को कास्ट किया विद अ टैग लाइन, हमारे लिए हर कस्टमर स्टार है. और उन्होंने सिर्फ इससे ये दिखाया कि चाहे वो बॉलीवुड स्टार हो या फिर कोई सेलिब्रिटी, उनके लिए सारे कस्टमर सेम है, जिससे कस्टमर्स को ये लगा कि यस, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग इक्वालिटी टू एवरीवन एंड दे आर मतलब रिलायबल सोर्स फॉर द फूड डिलीवरी एंड ऑल. some heartwarming controversies. So
Excuse
अगर
me,
कंपनी बड़ी हो, कंपनी
you have only 2
कंपनी
minutes.
अगर यस यस थैंक यू, अगर कंपनी बड़ी हो और अगर वो पैसे कमाने लगे सो उसके कंट्रोवर्सीज आते हैं, बट मैंने यहाँ हार्ट वार्मिंग इसलिए लिखा है क्योंकि जो जोमेटो की कंट्रोवर्सीज आए उन्होंने सिर्फ इंडिया का नहीं बाकी पूरे इंटरनेशनली दिल जीत लिया लोगों का। वो कहते हैं ना, हार कर ही जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं मेरे दोस्त। सो इट वाज लाइक फूड हैज नो रिलीजन कंट्रोवर्सी। सो इन 2019 जोमेटो के ऑफिस में एक कॉल आता है एक कस्टमर का कि उनका जो फूड है वो एक नॉन हिंदू बॉय डिलीवर कर रहा है, जिसके रिप्लाई में जोमेटो ये ट्वीट करती है कि फूड हैज नो रिलीजन बट फूड इटसेल्फ इज अ रिलीजन। जिसने कंपनी का मतलब जिसने लोगों का दिल जीत लिया, not only in India but international also. Second controversy is 2021 delivery partner assault accusation. So ये कहानी है वो बेंगलोर में जो हुआ था हितेशा मैम हितेशा के साथ, जिन्होंने ये जिन्होंने जिन्होंने ये हुआ था मॉडल हितेशा के साथ, जिन्होंने एक्यूज किया था जोमेटो बॉय को उनके ऊपर अटैक करने के लिए, जिसके बाद पुलिस की रिसर्च के बाद ये पता चला कि उसमें जोमेटो बॉय की कोई गलती नहीं थी। और फिर जोमेटो ने इस चीज का फायदा उठाया और ये कहा कि जोमेटो ऐसी हरकतें नहीं कर सकता, जोमेटो चाहता है कि लोग पीस फॉल्स एक्यूजेशन से बचें और दूसरों का नाम होने से भी बचाएं, और जिससे कि इंडिया के लोगों ने इस चीज को बहुत सराहा, इक्वालिटी की मांग की फॉर बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स, बोथ मैन एंड विमेन। So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. And if you are craving for something, order online on Zomato. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir, you want to ask question? Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So the next participant, CS09.
Hello, sir. I just wanted to ask that I'm actually facing the network issue. So, to go on solve that problem, should I switch off my net this camera? Will that be okay, or should I keep it on?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so thank you so much. I'm just presenting my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, hello everyone, I'm Anubhav Bhatt, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit, I'm going to give you a brief about one legendary company who overcame a COVID-19 pandemic, as COVID-19 was such a harsh reality. There were so many companies and the Indian economy was so much in red bank that there was a lot of losses, not only in every sector, but there was so much loss that all the aspects of the businesses were shutting down. And there was one legendary company who overcame this COVID-19 so much graciously that they not only increased their revenue, but they introduced new products in the market, and they no, incentivize their labors as well. So to start off with this presentation, everyone knows that in March 2019, the pan-India lockdown was told out by our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. And after introducing this lockdown, there were so many businesses that shut down, and there were so many laborers who lost their jobs. And due to this loss of job, and due to this harsh economic segment, the Indian economy was so much impacted that it costed Indian economy more than 10 lakh crore rupees. There was one industry which was heavily impacted due to this economy, due to this losses, and that was the dairy industry. The dairy industry was nearly impacted with more than 112.3 crore rupees every single day. Can you imagine that? And there were so many losses. Why? Because of the decrement in various labors. There was logistic issues, and so many issues were coming up on that dairy industry faced a lot of misery. But there was one legendary company who not only minimized their losses, they increased their revenue by 698 crores. They procured additional 35 lakh liters of milk every single day, and they also paid additional incentives of worth 800 crore rupees to the rural producers of India. And this legendary company is none another than Anand Milk Union Limited, which we all also know as Amul. Amul. So how did Amul did all of the things as the economy is in so much of downfall? To cater on this, as we all know, milk came into a consideration. That is, came under the essential food category, and as milk come under the essential food category, due to the lockdown, there were so many industries like restaurant, hotel, and catering services that either closed down or cut down their businesses. And to give you a brief, restaurant, hotels, and catering services accounted for 20% of the revenue that has been generated from the organized dairy sector. So, due to this decrement in the closures of the restaurant, hotels, and catering services, the Amul, and not only Amul, other milk providers also saw decrement of 10 to 15% in their sales. So what was the all the other companies saw this decrement as a problem. But we should know that when a pandemic or any situation comes in, there has always been a paradigm shift in some situations. And in our case, the paradigm shift was the consumer behavior. As other companies were looking for the loss in demand, Amul was looking for the surge in demand. That is, they increased their production rate, and that they did through the excellent thinking, excellent strategies made by Amul and their managing director, Mr. Sodhi sir. So they look out that there was a consumer change in the consumer's behavior. What is this change in consumer behavior? Every one of us knows that during the lockdown we were not able to go out, but we were making food at our homes. So homemade food and the products that are required to make the homemade food was skyrocketed. To give you a brief, demand for the cheese increased by 80%, demand of cottage cheese, that is paneer, increased by 40%, and demand of condensed milk increased by 100%. So the demand was increasing a lot, and as there are so many companies who have shut down their businesses due to decrease in labor and so other factors, Amul catered on that demand. And to give you an example, Amul's plant were operating at 115% capacity. They even hired vacant plants that was closed down. They used that plants and fulfilled the demand that was being generated. As ice creams and frozen segments were not being utilized, they closed that vertical, and they used that vertical for different product increments and different product utilizations, and they used those verticals and other verticals at the full capacity. To give you a brief as well, as that there was so much demand going on and they have so many products to deliver to the audience, they use railway as a transport, not only other logistic systems, but railway also, to transport their product quickly. And what to you would be thinking that there were so many aspects to this segment. Like, there are more than 18,700 plus societies that have to be catered on. There are 5,000 milk tankers who are going to 200 plus chilling stations. There were more than 10,000 plus distributors, 1 million plus retailers who were being catered on by Amul. And more importantly, there were more than 3.6 million farmers who were giving they procured milk to the Amul. So how did Amul manage all of these things? They did through these all things were being done through the digitalization. And how did that happen? Sodhi sir and their team did a strategic partnership with IBM, and this partnership was worth 80 crore collaboration. This partnership was done in 2019 to digitalize this supply chain management of Amul. And through this digitalization, no, IBM's system, IBM developed a full-fledged digital system to track all the operations that was going on, not from taking to the plants working, then which plant are working at the idle and full capacities, what are the different type of trucks that are being used in the operations, how many trucks are being used at what time and at what location they are. These all things are being catered on through the digitalization of IBM system. And this system also told the Amul's management team that what are the various trucks, workers, and plants that are at their idle capacity. That is as I told, the frozen and ice cream segments. These were not being utilized, so they were empty. So the system told how we can utilize how you can utilize all those verticals, and the management team diverted their workload to these idle plants for the optimum utilization. And Amul team did all these changes. You would be thinking that these changes would have been taken months or years to do, because to do these changes, companies take years to cater on these changes. Amul did this thing in one single overnight day. And how does this thing happen? Through digitalization. So Amul used the strategic partnership of IBM to strategize their business and to increase and effectiveness of their productivity. And this effectiveness and efficiency help Amul not only to increase their revenue, but they also help. This also help in incentivizing their ground staff. The casual workers were getting 100 to 125 rupees cash incentives. Workers were getting food and stay arrangements, and Amul made those arrangements so that workers do the working in a convenient environment, stay away from COVID. And they also made extra arrangement for cattle feed. As so many farmers were being included, they saw that cattle feed was something that they were not able to cater on. These farmers required that cattle feed, so Amul, through these efficiencies and extra payments, they also arranged cattle feed for these farmers. And what happened after that? Amul tapped onto the market share of other companies who closed down and procured 3.5 million liters of extra milk every single day. On top of that, they paid additional 800 crore rupees rupees to the extra rural milk producers. Those milk producers who were catered on through the to the Amul, and then Amul used these milk to go on and cater on to the demand. So, and on top of all these things, additionally, Amul participated and collaborated with other third-party e-commerce websites like Big Basket, Dunzo, and Flipkart, and they did exclusive deals with Swiggy and Zomato to sell buttermilk and paneer shakes. So you would have wondered how Amul's product have been coming on to Amazon, Amazon, Big Basket, Swiggy, and Zomato. These were through these business deals. And to give you the insights of these deals, in month of May itself, Amul got more than 60,000 orders through Zomato and Swiggy, and sold more than 3 crore worth of Amul products in more than 200 cities. This was the second aspect of all the things. The third aspect, and the most important and crucial aspect, was the marketing strategy of Amul. While other businesses were shutting down their marketing, they were decreasing their ad volumes. Amul instead increased their ad volumes by 316% as compared to 2019. You would have all watched IPL, right? IPL held in Dubai, and you would have all watched IPL. Amul ads were viewed more than 10
Excuse me,
times as compared to IPL. So Amul started their
excuse me,
business.
your time is up.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Just 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll just finish it up. So to give you a basic example, you would have understood Doordarshan and every aspects have started rebroadcasting Ramayana and Mahabharata. Amul also started running their old ads and give the nostalgic feeling. So through the extraordinary foresights of consumer behavior, through extensive supply chain management, digitalization, third-party collaboration, and incentivizing of labor, Amul set a benchmark for crisis management and for other dairy companies, not only in India but abroad as well. Thank you so much, and let's use this business incentive and advices from Amul's case study and imply in the future businesses. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir, you want to ask question?
Uh, Anu, very well presentation given by you.
Thank you.
Uh, I think you heard about one slogan, Amul, the taste of India.
Yes, sir.
Did you think this slogan helped Amul to brand its value?
Sir, this Taste of India slogan has been working on from ages. अमूल का जो स्लोगन था वो अमूल के इतने साल के काम में उसने बहुत हेल्प किया है. पर ये जो कोविड क्राइसिस जो मैंने केस प्रेजेंट किया, दैट डेफिनेटली हेल्प दिस टैगलाइन टू जस्टिफाई, एंड एडिशनल सेगमेंट्स डेफिनेटली उसको हेल्प किया गया था. एंड Amul ka strategic partnerships and everything and their essence to the country, that is, जैसे मैंने बताया कि रामायण और महाभारत कोविड के टाइम पे चालू हुए थे, तो वो नॉस्टैल्जिक फीलिंग्स कंज्यूमर्स को देने के लिए उनकी स्ट्रैटेजी मार्केटिंग की ऐसी हो गई कि उनने अपने पुराने एड्स दिखाने चालू कर दिए. तो उस मोमेंट में वो अमूल लेके जाता है अपने कंज्यूमर्स को, एंड जैसा जो टैगलाइन है टेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, अमूल उस चीज को हमेशा मेंटेन करता है.
Very good. Thank you, Anubhav.
CS06
ये मैंने केस स्टडी इसलिए लिया था, या जस्ट लास्ट 1 सेकेंड, ये केस स्टडी मैंने इसलिए लिया था ताकि मैं इसका अपने इंडिया के ऐसे एस्पेक्ट को जहां पर दूसरी कंपनी शट डाउन हो रही थी, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू शेयर दिस थिंग एंड आई एम फील सो प्राउड टू शेयर दिस. थैंक यू सो मच.
CS06, you can resume now.
Very good evening again, and I'm really sorry for my internet connection. So I was is the screen visible? Is it visible? Hello.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So I was basically talking about Dettol versus Savlon. So जब Dettol और Savlon ने जब नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया था मार्केट में, तो उसने बोला था कि ये Dettol से 8x बेटर है, और जो भी इसकी जो लैब रिसर्च वगैरह हुई थी और उनके पीछे जो फॉर्मूलेज वगैरह लगे हुए थे, दैट वाज बेटर देन Dettol, and it had a good smell, and overall it was a better antiseptic than Dettol. लेकिन ये फिर भी मार्केट में डेटॉल से हार गया. नाउ अब डेटॉल ने ऐसा क्या किया जिसके कारण सैवलॉन हार गया? सो बेसिकली डेटॉल ने जो उनके जो एग्जिस्टिंग कंज्यूमर्स थे या फिर उनके जो एग्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स थे, उनको एक सेंटीमेंट बेचा रादर देन सेलिंग द प्रोडक्ट. और जब सैवलॉन मार्केट में सबको बोल रहा था कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट ज्यादा अच्छा है, ये वुड्स पे लगाने पे जलता नहीं है, तब डेटॉल ने एक कैंपेन लॉन्च कर दिया कि जलता है मतलब काम करता है. अब इससे क्या हुआ कि जो बेसिक मॉडल था सैवलॉन का कि जब आप इसको वुंड पे अप्लाई करेंगे तो ये जलेगा नहीं, वो सीधा सीधा खत्म हो गया. और जो डेटॉल का स्ट्रॉन्ग ओडर था या फिर उसका जो डार्क कलर था, वो इसको और अच्छे से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा था. तो सैवलॉन की फर्स्ट मिस्टेक वहां पे हुई. जब सैवलॉन नया नया एंटीसेप्टिक मार्केट में आया, तब उसका जो कंज्यूमर था या फिर जो कस्टमर बेस था, वो उतना ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं था, क्योंकि डेटॉल 1933 से अपना मार्केट में या फिर जो भी हॉस्पिटल से वहां पे अपना एंटीसेप्टिक सप्लाई कर रहा था, और उसका जो कंज्यूमर बेस था या फिर कस्टमर बेस था, वो काफी ज्यादा बड़ा था, और यहाँ पे कस्टमर लॉयल्टी ने उसको ये मार्केटिंग बहुत जिता दिया. नाउ बीइंग बैक टू रेकेट बेंकाइजर, इनकी जो कोर स्ट्रेंथ है बिजनेस की, वो है कि इनका जो बिजनेस है वो काफी ज्यादा दूसरे ब्रांड है और उन दूसरे ज्यादा ब्रांड है जो बहुत लीडिंग ब्रांड्स हैं अपने अपने डोमेन में, उनसे इनका रेवेन्यू ज्यादा अच्छा आ रहा है। इनका जो अर्निंग सुपीरियर अर्निंग मॉडल विद कैपिटल डिसिप्लिन, इसका मतलब ये है कि जो इनका फाइनेंशियल मॉडल है बिजनेस का, वो दूसरे कंपनी से काफी ज्यादा सुपीरियर है, और जो रेवेन्यूज दूसरी कंपनीज इनको जनरेट करके देती है उनसे भी इनको काफी हेल्प मिलती है। ये टाइम टू टाइम अपने जो प्लान्स है या फिर जो बिजनेस के आइडियाज है या फिर कोई भी नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, वो टाइम टू टाइम उसको एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं और इनका एग्जीक्यूशन टॉप नॉच होता है कभी भी। नाउ स्ट्रॉन्ग एनवायरमेंटल एंड सोशल एंड गवर्नेंस क्रेडेंशियल्स, मतलब जब भी इनके पास कोई नया बिजनेस प्लान आता है या फिर ये कभी भी एक मार्केट से दूसरे मार्केट में मूव ऑन करने का सोचते हैं या फिर कोई भी एक नई स्ट्रैटेजी अपने बिजनेस में अप्लाई करने का सोचते हैं, तो वो उसमें उनका जो गवर्नेंस होता है, उनके जो पीछे जो बैकएंड में काम होता है वो स्ट्रैटेजीज के पीछे, वो काफी ज्यादा अच्छा होता है। ये भी इसके इस कंपनी की कोर बिजनेस स्ट्रेंथ है। और एक्सपीरियंस एंड कमिटेड मैनेजमेंट टीम ड्राइविंग अ कल्चर ऑफ ओनरशिप, इसका मतलब ये है कि बेसिकली जब भी आप कोई इस कंपनी में काम करेंगे, आपको ऐसा फील नहीं होगा कि आप इस कंपनी के एम्प्लॉय है। बेसिकली आपको लगेगा कि यू ओन अ पार्ट ऑफ द कंपनी एंड यू आर वर्किंग टू मेक इट बेटर। अब इनकी जो ग्रोथ स्ट्रैटेजी है वो दो चीजों पे डिपेंड करती है, एक ग्रोथ ड्राइवर्स और दूसरा है स्ट्रैटेजिक इम्पेरेटिव्स। Now, growth drivers may product penetration, market share gain, expansion into new places, and expansion into new spaces. Basically, जब product penetration की बात आती है, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जब भी ये कंपनी अपना कोई भी प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर रही है या फिर कोई भी नया चीज लॉन्च कर रही है, तो वो कितने ज्यादा कंज्यूमर्स या फिर कितने ज्यादा कस्टमर्स तक रीच हो रहा है और वो कितने लाइव्स को अफेक्ट कर रहा है। मार्केट शेयर गेन मतलब कैसे ये अपने कॉम्पिटिटर्स से compete करे कि जो इनका जो मार्केट है, जो न्यू प्रोडक्ट है, इनका जो मार्केट है वो एक्सपैंड हो ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। एक्सपेंशन इनटू न्यू प्लेसेस मतलब कोई भी नया डोमेन या फिर कोई भी नया एरिया जहाँ पे ये कंपनी का रीच नहीं है, जैसे कोई रूरल एरिया हो गया या फिर कोई दूसरे सिटीज हो गए, कुछ ऐसे जगह हो गए जहाँ पे अभी तक हेल्थ हाइजीन या फिर न्यूट्रिशन से रिलेटेड ब्रांड नहीं पहुंच पाए, तो एक्सपेंशन इनटू दैट प्लेसेस give this company a head start. And expansion into new spaces is something like अगर hygiene domain में कोई भी एक प्रोडक्ट इनका है जो ऑलरेडी काम कर रहा है, तो और कौन सा नया प्रोडक्ट हो सकता है या फिर और कौन सा उसी से रिलेटेड डोमेन है जहां पे कंपनी एक्सपैंड करे जिससे कि कंपनी का ग्रोथ हो। नाउ स्ट्रैटेजिक इम्पेरेटिव्स, इनमें आता है ग्रो ब्रांड्स एंड इनोवेट, ड्राइव सुपीरियर एग्जीक्यूशन, इन्वेस्ट इन कैपेबिलिटीज, इंक्रीज प्रोडक्टिविटी, एम्बेड सस्टेनेबिलिटी, ये सब इसके पार्ट है। इस टेबल में हम लोग देख सकते हैं क्लियरली कि इन्वेस्टिंग firmly behind the brands to drive equity and prove the product offering for consumers. Basically जब ये कंपनी अपने सब ब्रांड्स के ऊपर इन्वेस्ट करती है, तो वो लोगों के ऊपर ना इन्वेस्ट करते हुए एक बेसिक आइडिया के ऊपर इन्वेस्ट करती है जिससे कि वो कंपनी का डेवलपमेंट हो। सेकेंड थिंग इज ड्राइव सुपीरियर एग्जीक्यूशन। कभी भी कोई भी चीज इनको एग्जीक्यूट करनी होती है, कोई भी प्लान एग्जीक्यूट करना होता है, तो दे मेक श्योर दैट कि जो प्लान है वो एट इट्स टॉप प्रोडक्टिविटी या फिर एट इट्स टॉप एफिशिएंसी वो एग्जीक्यूट हो। इन्वेस्ट इन कैपेबिलिटीज मतलब कोई भी इनका जो R&D का काम हो गया या फिर एरिया सर्च का काम हो गया, कहीं पे भी इनको अगर न्यू प्लेस में या फिर न्यू एरिया में इनको अगर अपना एक्सपेंशन करना है तो उसमें इन्वेस्ट काफी ज्यादा करते हैं। इंक्रीज प्रोडक्टिविटी, अपने जो क्या बोलते हैं एम्प्लॉयज हैं या फिर जो भी इनका जो प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं उसमें ये लोग हमेशा एक कैसे कंपनी की प्रोडक्टिविटी या फिर एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाई जाए उसके ऊपर ये लोग प्रोग्राम्स और इनिशिएटिव्स लेते रहते हैं। एक्टिवली मैनेज द पोर्टफोलियो, जो भी कंपनी के जो सब ब्रांड्स है या फिर दूसरे जो भी ब्रांड्स है या फिर इनकी इक्विटीज है, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स हो गए, कोई भी इनकी शेयर होल्डिंग्स वगैरह हो गई, उनको ये एक्टिवली मैनेज करते रहते हैं जिससे कि इनका जो फाइनेंशियल बेस है वो हमेशा ग्रो होता रहे। अब जैसे कि यहाँ पे आप क्लियरली देख सकते हैं कि ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ 2016 टू 2020 कंपनी 8% से ग्रो की है एट CAGR। और जो एसोसिएटेड ब्रांड्स है इस कंपनी के वो है डेटॉल, एयरविक, लाइजॉल, प्योरिक्स, स्ट्रेप्सिल्स, एयरबॉर्न, कूल लाइट, वीट, ये सब के बारे में आपने सुना होगा। अब जो पास्ट फ्यू इयर्स के या 2020 के जो फाइनेंशियल हाइलाइट्स है वो ये है 3.5% नेट रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ हुआ है, 22.9% ऑपरेशन मार्जिन बढ़ी हुई है, 17.6 174.6 भी जो डिविडेंड दिया गया हुआ है 2020 पे जो इनके जो शेयर होल्डर्स हैं उनको। ये पास्ट 5 इयर्स की इनकी रेवेन्यू समरी है कि ओवर द पास्ट 5 इयर्स कंपनी ने कैसे परफॉर्म किया है और इनका जो रेवेन्यू है वो किस तरीके से जनरेट हुआ। और जैसे कि देख सकते हैं ओवर द पास्ट 5 इयर्स बीच बीच में इनको लॉसेस भी हुए लेकिन कंसिस्टेंटली कंपनी ग्रो हुई है। नाउ अब जो इसका करंट स्टेट है 2021 में वो है कि जो जब कोरोना आया था तब कंपनी 12.3% से ग्रो की है और 3.4 बिलियन इसका प्रॉफिट हुआ है। ओवरऑल 17% का ग्रोथ है और engage worldwide methodologies with web enabling technologies। जो हम आज के एरा की बात करते हैं जो कि ऑनलाइन टेक है उसमें भी कंपनी ने काफी ज्यादा ग्रो किया हुआ है। इनके नीच मार्केट्स और सप्लाई चेन्स में इन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा वर्क किया है। The marketing strategy they use to enter into markets and increase their the consumer base, the customer base, उसके पीछे इनका जो एग्जीक्यूशन है वो बहुत अच्छा रहा है कंपनी का। और कभी भी ये लोग नए मार्केट पे जाते हैं या फिर नया डोमेन में एंटर करते हैं तो हमेशा इंश्योर करते हैं कि वो डोमेन स्केलेबल है कि नहीं है। ओवरऑल समरी जो है इस कंपनी की वो है कि इनका जो बिजनेस आउटलुक है या फिर जो इनका बिजनेस मॉडल है वो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है। कंपनी ग्रोथ ओरिएंटेड है, ड्राइव ओरिएंटेड है। जो कि इनके सब ब्रांड्स है, सब ब्रांड्स में ये लोग ग्रोथ के लिए इनिशिएटिव लेते हैं कि जैसे जैसे इनके सब ब्रांड्स ग्रो करेंगे वैसे वैसे कंपनी भी ग्रो करेगी। जब भी कोई चैलेंजेस आते हैं या फिर कोई चैलेंजिंग कंडीशन आती है कंपनी हमेशा अपने जो ऑपरेटिंग मार्जिन है उसको हमेशा एक्सपैंड करती है और हमेशा अपनी लिमिट्स को पुश करती है। अट्रैक्ट कैटेगरीज एंड ब्रांड्स मल्टीपल ग्रोथ ड्राइवर्स, बहुत सारे अलग अलग जो कंपनी के रिलेटेड ग्रोथ ड्राइवर्स होते हैं उनको अट्रैक्ट करते हैं और जहां से बाहर से भी कहीं से भी उनको फंड्स वगैरह मिल जाए या फिर कुछ ऐसा इनिशिएटिव जिससे कि कंपनी ग्रो करे या फिर कंपनी का जो फाइनेंशियल बेस है वो इंक्रीज हो, वो हमेशा उसको एक्सेप्ट करते हैं और जो भी नए चैलेंजेस आते हैं उनसे डील करते हैं। सो थैंक यू, दिस वाज माय प्रेजेंटेशन। आई एम ओपन टू क्वेश्चंस।
Thank you.
Very nice.
So you first question.
Oh, very nice presentation given by you. Thank you so much. No any queries.
Yes, so everyone, please turn on the camera for a screenshot. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Result will be declared on 10th September on Instagram. So please stay tuned.
Thank you, Pushpen sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Shubham sir.
Thank you, sir, for your precious time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.